English cameras. Believe it or not, there were certain English cameras, especially after the Second World War. Various manufacturers endeavoured to make a quality camera. There's the MPP, which is a nice twin lens reflex, and this is from the AGI stable, and it's the Agiflex. Yes, it looks remarkably similar to a Corella from Germany, and it was modelled on it, but it's not a straight copy. It's a camera, obviously, that takes well, not obviously, but it takes 120 film, so it takes 2.25. It has an 80mm lens at the front here. To get into the camera, we have to remove it on the side here. And you can see a focal plane shutter at the back. Now, I have always wanted to have a go with one of these, but had never actually found one that worked. But I've been lent this, and it does work. So we load the film manually, pop the back by these two little holes here. Well, you've got to pop it in the back there. In the back there, and make sure it's shut. You wind on to number 1 on the red window, and then you can set your counter by a little null there, and that will set this counter to 1. And to use this camera, incredibly straightforward. Focus, aperture. Now there is no, the lens stops down and doesn't fly back up, so when you are focusing you might want it open, and then you focus and then you close the aperture to whatever aperture you need. You set the shutter speed up the top, and because it's focal plane, we've got a good range. We've got from slow speeds, which we can play back with here, up to 500th of a second, and the shutter is on the side here, and we can wind on, and that sets the shutter. So down, wind on. Nice big viewfinder. We've got a mirror, and the mirror, so we focus, take, and as the shutter releases, the mirror actually goes back, so that's another nice feature. And compared to some other of the TLRs, this is actually a moderately light camera. And the lens is on the bayonet, so there was a choice of lenses, and we could actually have different lenses. Not that there was a great choice. So it's actually quite a nice looking camera, but how did it perform when I actually used it? Remember, this camera dates back to about 1949. I think they're made from 49 to about 55. There were a number of different models. I might be mistaken, I'm sure someone will tell me, but I think this is a pretty early model. I wasn't expecting great things when I used it, but when I was using it, I was amazed with how nicely it handled. Let's see what the results were like. I used it on a very dull evening. Let's have a look at the results. The first image was taken on a really dull Sunday afternoon, late evening, well, about 6:30, and it was in September, and the light, as you can see, was dire. The same, this photograph is taken seconds later, and it's just round the corner, but the detail is excellent. We can read Little Britain on the sign, we can see the bricks. This lens is performing far better than I thought it was going to, and it's not just the lens, the camera is performing. I thought we might have light leaks from this very ancient focal plane shutter, or there could be problems with the body, but all these photos are coming out well. I'm really pleased with the results. The photos are crisp, you can see the detail. Sharpness, we do have sharpness. The lens is performing well. This is at 5.6. I'm surprised at the good depth of field. I might have gone a little bit smaller, but I don't think I did. The brickwork is really coming out on these photos. The camera was so light to use. The only downside, I think, is the fact that when you stop down, there's it's just, you see that through the mirror, and it is darker. So to focusing, you really need to focus at maximum aperture and then close down. Again, this is the high street, which you've probably seen in a lot of my other photos, has come out really well. This camera, I would love to be able to trust it more. My fear is that it is just very old and probably could do with a good general service. However, I did enjoy using it. Thank you for watching.